I'm Dr. Maggie Yu, functional medicine physician. We have a program, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally, where we help people transform and turn around their autoimmune disease naturally. And with us today, we have Souk and her husband Manish all the way from Australia for a couples interview today on what it's like to actually travel through and journey through with us in our program. And what their where Souk was, what her journey was, and where she is now. Right now, I want to ask you guys, if you're watching, if you're an alumni or you're currently in the program, please in the comment section say that you're in our program. Let people know what your experience has been in the program, or just say hi to Souk or me. And thanks. We have a very active alumni and community. And so go ahead, if you're an alumni, you're in the program, go ahead and post in the comment section now. If you're new to us, please right now in the comment section, post and tell me where you're watching from, because I love to know what the demographics of our audience is. And do tell us what autoimmune struggles you're struggling with, because we are, while we're doing this video and even afterwards, we do answer these questions. So please do that now. To learn more about us, you can go to drmaggie.com, or you can join our Facebook group called Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally, and the link should be above the video. So today, let's go ahead and introduce, without further ado, Souk has been dealing with multiple autoimmune disease diagnoses over the last 7 years. She says she's had symptoms since birth. She has diagnosis of lupus, scleroderma, fibromyalgia, lung fibrosis. That's not enough, right? So I'm here to introduce Souk, and her husband, Manish, is here with us. They both are from Australia, Melbourne. I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself. Souk, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Souk. I'm married to Manish. That's my husband. And I've been diagnosed with multiple autoimmune condition, scleroderma, and lupus, lung fibrosis, fibromyalgia. I have this, another symptom. My parents told me that since I was born, that I have allergies and anaphylactic reaction to food. So yeah, I've been dealing with this since I was born.
And that's really common to actually have symptoms that trace way far back before people are actually diagnosed.
Yes, I wish I knew that. And nobody tell me until 7 years ago when things got really bad.
Souk, you've learned through our program now that you have 2 kids. So now you actually can be on the lookout way earlier with earlier intervention with your kids, because now you know eczema, irritable bowel syndrome, ADD type symptoms, insomnia, anxiety, depression, rashes, allergies. These are all signs of early autoimmunity, right?
Yes, I've learned that, and then I put my son now on gluten-free, dairy-free diet, and I feel that it's much better for him. He got asthma. He's asthmatic. And he's anaphylactic as well.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
So that's really common, because, I've been dealing with autoimmune disease and hormone balance, gut health in my clients for I'm a practicing physician for 23, almost 24 years now. I'm aging myself. But we've dealt with a lot of people with this kind of what I call inflammation, autoimmune spectrum type disorders, of which you're talking about. And so let's talk about this, which is, you were born with a lot of these symptoms. And Manish, how long have you guys been married? I'm curious. How long have you guys gone through this together?
Long time ago.
So we have successfully completed 15 years of our marriage. We met around 19 years back. So yeah, and hope to kind of continue for next 50 more years.
I heard a really cool story of how you two met. And it had to do with food. I'd like to tell the story about how you guys met through food.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, and we met in Philippines, and Souk is from Laos and I'm from India. And surprisingly met in the third country, but it's good that we met. And it's been one of the wonderful things, I think probably the most wonderful thing that has happened to me in my life.
Oh, Souk, you said you
Yes,
stole this
to
food.
me too. Yes, we met. We met. Yeah, we met to because of food. Because we both foodie. I think we just love food, and he went out on my birthday the night. We didn't know each other then, so he left his food. He ordered food from outside, and he left at the counter. So we came back. I came back first at 3 o'clock with my friends. And then I saw the package and I said, "What's that?" I asked the concierge, and she said, it's, 3 o'clock, somebody's to take it. And I go, "Okay, that's great. I'm hungry." So I took that. I went up to the kitchen. I heat the food up. And so Manish called me after like 5 minutes or so. He called me and said, "Are you Miss Souk?" I said, "Yes." "Did you take my food?" I said, "Yes." "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And so I'm coming out to get, I said, "Okay, you can come and get it. I already preheated it, so you can come and take them." So he came and he looked at me. He's so huge, and I was like tiny. And he's like, "Are you hungry?" I said, "Yes." And I was so apologetic. And he said, "Sit down and eat." So we sat down and we talked, and until the sun came up.
Oh, it's like the movie Before Sunrise.
Yeah, and then he left, and then in the morning, again, I went to check up my email. I checked my email, and he sent me e-card, like funny dancing, like skeleton. So I was laughing, and he's standing behind me. I said, "Do you like your card?" I said, "Yes." And since then, we never been separated. We're just always there together.
I love this. 15 years of successful marriage together. And, Souk, as far as health is concerned, I mean, you say that you've had symptoms since birth, but the last 7 years has been true hell because you've gathered for diagnosis. And during that time, I mean, you've mentioned that you've seen over 10 doctors. You guys have spent, how much financially, how much have you guys spent in the last 7 years alone on health, on your health?
I'd say we spent around about 20,000 plus. That is despite the fact that the healthcare in Australia is government subsidized for everybody. Yeah. Despite that, we spend quite huge amount of money.
So I want to ask, these past 7 years with these symptoms adding on, Manish, how was that process like for you to watch her go through this? What was the impact on you?
It is very difficult, to be honest. And to be honest, I'll be very honest, I took some time to even understand as to what is going on. One day, Souk was working and she sort of fainted at work. She went to a doctor, came home. And then after that, almost for a year or 2 years probably, is just to understand as to what is going on. And unfortunately, autoimmune disease our medical research is probably not as advanced. I think the traditional medical community or the allopathic medical research is still coping up with it. They are yet to reach to a level where they're able to cure it. But yes, so it has been quite difficult first couple of years. And then there's a trouble that some of the symptoms are very, very internal. It's very difficult for somebody, other person who is not going through the same cycle, to understand as to what is going on. And sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes very small thing like Souk will drop our son Max to school in the morning usually, and suddenly one morning she's not able to even move, and then suddenly I rush around and drop kid to the school, come back, and I'm going to office, but half the time I'm worried about how Souk will be at home. It has been quite difficult for initial couple of years. I think then we started getting a bit of a handle on the problem, and then progressively Souk has been doing a lot of research, and that's how she came across your program, Dr. Maggie, and which has been one of the breakthroughs, I would say.
Well, let's talk a little bit about I have a question, which is let's start with the results. I want to, everybody wants to know, you've been through our Launchpad program, which launches you into a year of autoimmune disease turnaround. So the Launchpad is 2 months. You just been through our 2-month Launchpad. What are the results right now? Just boom, boom, boom down the list.
Let's go ahead. Yeah, I think the results has been really good. I'm very happy with the result I get from the program, starting from the second week. Because before I started, I was, talking to Manish that I would not survive this. I don't think I'll be here another year. And so that's why we decided that we're gonna join this program. And then after 2 weeks, and then I found out a lot of problem, like vitamin and mineral very low, which I thought has been fixed by my health professional, but actually was not addressed properly. So we found out, and then we fixed that, and then I felt much better. I got energy. I could go to the Great Ocean Road, which is really cold place. And we walked like 10,000, 12,000, 50,000, 15,000 steps. And I was fine at the end of the day. So I was amazed by that. And then as we go on in the program, we found out the hormone issues, also with the food allergies. It's actually not food allergies, it's actually an infection, hidden infection that nobody knew about it. And we've been trying to search for this answer for a long time.
Yeah.
But nobody could give me the answer. So, and we found that in your program, which is really wonderful.
You know what I think is interesting is it almost doesn't matter how much money and medical care you throw at it. Autoimmune disease and chronic disease is so complicated because all these pieces like the food, the hormones, the vitamins, the mindset, the thoughts, the gut, blood sugar, all linked together, but people don't know how it's all linked together. So you can spend 10,000 on one little thing or that little thing, or 1 year on that piece or that piece. But if it's not all put together, you still don't get better because it's not all fitting together and working together. But doctors are just not trained to put all these pieces together. It's almost like they just go to one silo and say, lung fibrosis, see the lung doctor, do the lung test, take the steroid, this or that. And it's all around that piece of the lung. But the lung is part of this autoimmune inflammatory process. The lung is also responding to the foods. The lung is also changing because of your hormones. The lungs is also changing because of vitamins you're not getting because your absorptions suck, right? So everything's actually all tied together. And I think that without that's what a functional medicine approach to autoimmunity is. And autoimmunity cannot get better without a functional approach that puts it all together.
Absolutely. Yes.
So this is very out of the box for approach for most people. And I'm here because we're talking about support persons in people's lives going through autoimmunity. And I want to ask because people want to know, like, how do I get my spouse to be supportive? How do I get my partner to be on board to do something? Even if I know this is what I need, how do I do that? So Souk, I mean, you're the first one that found out about a program. So my question is that, was it a hard sell to talk to Manish about it? Was it hard to get him to watch? What did you do to actually engage him, first of all?
Actually, I threw a very hard question at him. Mm-hmm. Because I'm very honest with my feeling and everything. I knew that he loved me very much. But because we've been through a lot, mentally, financially, and we almost broke at one point. And so when I found your program, I asked him, you think that you will be happy without me? That's what I asked him. And I asked my son, would you be happy without me? Because I knew that I'm dying slowly. Like I said, I might not last for a year or two. That's why I just threw that hard question, and they said, no, we will not live without you. So can we do this? So I asked him, can we do this? He said, yes, health is very important. And I believed, and I said that, it's this much money. If I'm better, I can give more. I can do a lot more.
Mm.
I'm worth more than that. This is my point of view, that I'm selling it, you know.
A lot of people, though, Souk, watching this, don't think they're worth investing in themselves in. They put everyone else and everything above them. I mean, that is actually a big difference between you and probably 99% of the people watching right now. There's a reason why this is turning around for you. So you're saying something really important, which is, I am worth investing into. My life is worth more than money.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
huge. And Manish, when she came to you with it, I will be honest with you. Most people that we talk to, we always talk with their spouse as well. Most people, when they talk to their spouse's response is either, it isn't really that bad for you. Or two is, oh, I don't believe any of this. This is all crap. Or, three, we have so many other financial responsibilities and things to do that this isn't worth investing into as far as priorities, or we can't. So what was your response to this? I'm curious.
So just for everybody's understanding, I come from the scientific background. I'm engineer, MBA, I work in IT. So I always try to look at things more scientifically. And when Souk brought it to me, I would say that I always have healthy skepticism. At the same time, my mind is open for always something new, how things can work out for better. To be honest, just to give a background, we believe that investing in health is very important. To be honest, when we have a lot of money, probably we'll keep the money. When we are about to die, we will probably say that maybe I can exchange some of this money which I have for one good year, good quality of life at the end of my life. So you realize that your life, your health is very important, obviously. So I obviously believed in that. When Souk brought it to me, I went through some of the videos. I saw some of the reviews as well. I'll be very fair, I had some skepticism. You should always have some level of skepticism so you're able to get the best out of any situation you are. But I was fully supportive. And when I started seeing progressively over 2 months things changing, I was more and more supportive, and I believed in it progressively quite a lot. So at the end, I would say we are very happy with the results. I'm very happy with the results I'm seeing.
Well, I have a question, which is, what's something either one of you can answer? What's something that Souk can do now, or something you guys can do together that you thought was impossible or difficult 2 months ago, that now is almost effortless?
I would say that even everyday things, like it's quite cold in Australia. When it's a summer in US, it's quite cold here. It's a winter. Melbourne is very cold as well. Not probably as cold as upstate New York, whichever I have been some time back. But it's quite cold. Even taking our cute dog to walk outside was a challenge for Souk in the winter. Now she can do it much more effortlessly. So I'm very, very small things in daily life have changed, which has made quality of life very good for Souk and me. And we are...
We're both seeing in the morning now.
And yeah, we are, when we wake up in the morning, I'm just contrasting with many years back when Souk will wake up in the morning, everywhere she has a body pain and she's very tired right when she's waking up. I'm not talking about when the day is over. I'm talking about when she's waking up. And now she wakes up before me, much more happy, and I have the tea ready by the time I come down. So, so it has been a sea change.
What about you, Souk? What do you think? What's one thing now that's effortless that 2 months ago was almost impossible?
Yeah, that's very similar to what he said. But one thing I want to emphasize is that the effortless is to go outside and also to deal with the problem like mentally. That is huge for me, because before I was always on edge. I got annoyed very easily, and I couldn't take stress to talk with my son or my husband or anyone. When somebody, you know, behaving the way I didn't like it, I would just blast. Nowadays, I can just ignore them. Then I can say, "Oh, you'll be fine. You know, let's do this," and then distract. You know, with good things.
I'll probably add, there is an aspect of mental health which people with autoimmune disease deal with it. It's very stressful for anybody who's dealing with any autoimmune disease to just be positive. It's just so difficult when you go to different doctors and everybody gives you the answer to a point solution. And in 90% of cases, they treat symptom. They are not able to treat the underlying condition or make it better. It is very frustrating. And this is what we have been through over last 7 years. And this is something is one of the very important aspect of this program, which I would like to highlight. I have seen personality change in Souk
I got myself back.
she's the kind of happy, bubbly person she was when I met her. So it is a sea change, I would say.
Okay, that's great. What I'm hearing is that the mindset work in our program and has really affected a lot of positive personality and tools with which so here's the thing. I have found that the way that you think, the patterns of thinking that you think, the thoughts that you think actually can either cure or aggravate and feed your autoimmune disease. So there literally is thoughts of thinking patterns. And for example, I have found that one of the patterns that people get really stuck in is lack of forgiveness. They have trouble forgiving themselves or other people. And it's very interesting is that people with autoimmune disease have a very high rate of having forgiveness problems. And as a result, they keep thinking, think about it, if you don't forgive yourself, what do? Punish. So in a way, you're actually punishing and self-harming thoughts when you don't forgive yourself. And so you continue the process of your body hurting yourself. So for me, it's really crucial. Nobody comes in this program because they think, oh, an MD runs this program. It's gonna be all about data and health, which it is. But the thing is, we really, really highlighted and stuck in there tons of work on how to change how you think. And we did a video with Souk. The other piece is, you guys have never had a community. People do not have a community around autoimmune disease. I'd love to hear your perspective, both of you, on what it's been like to now be part of our community, to be in our community. We create a community in our program. What has it been like, and how powerful is that as a tool?
Yeah, for me, it's huge. It's a big thing because over here, I talk to Manish, I talk to some friend that I have this condition. I feel like this, you know, not good today. Today I feel great. They're just okay. They know their head. They say, okay, you'll be fine. Just take care of yourself, which is like very surface. When I go into this community, when I talk about a symptom and everybody just knew what it is. And we sort of supporting each other, we give each other information, we exchange information. And then we, like import system, we held each other accountable for, we set our goals weekly and we aim to achieve that. And we make sure, you know, list out the activity we're gonna do for next week and we make sure that we do that. You know, like self-love, go massage, and if I have headache, I could fix it, take tablets and everything. It didn't go away. Then I talked to my appointments and they said, maybe you could go and get a massage, might be helping you. And I went and it worked. And like small thing like that, it's really helping. And it, you know, just talking about your problem and talking about what you can achieve, you know, it's really, really helping. And just that open up your heart and lift off that burden in your heart, make you feel much better.
I'd love for people who are alumni and who are in the program right now to actually comment on how important has community been, because we have, when you start our program, you actually are assigned a pod that you meet with every single week. Many of these pods, even after the program, continue to meet weekly, as Souk's Funnest pod has. And so I'd love for alumni and people in the program right now to talk about how important and how big has been the role of community in our program, and how much has it impacted upon your health right now. And if any of you have questions about it, go ahead and post it in the comment section right now. We do answer those questions. So community's been huge. And Souk, you were also part of an interview with your pod. So if any of you missed that, we can post in the comments too, the video where we interviewed Souk and her pod about how important this pod system and community has been. So next question I have is that now, I mean, Souk, you've been, I think, out about 6 weeks since you finished our Launchpad program. And so I want to spend a little time to ask a couple questions, which is more, I call it the heart-to-heart section, which is, I want to know, did you dream 2 months ago? Yes or no, number one. And number two, what are 1 or 2 of your dreams now?
1 or 2 of my dream now. Before the program, I saw like, before that I have a lot of dreams. I'm very dream driven. I'm a very dreamy person. But after I diagnosed, I sort of threw all my dream away, because no matter what I try, I would never feel better. There's no cure to my illness. That's what doctors told me. So I just thought, okay, I'll just waiting here and just enjoy my life. Don't do anything. You know, just enjoy day by day with my family, and that's it. There's no dream.
No dreams.
No dreams. And then after I joined the program, we discussed about our dream board, you know, and I just recall that I had lots of dreams. And I like to own my business. I want to travel the world again, that I used to do. Go skiing, which is really hard for me because I got right on. Now, the 2 dreams that I now is that I am now want to be what is it, the program that I'm taking? I forgot the name. It's
Integrative nutritionist.
Yeah, functional nutrition practitioner. Sorry, functional nutrition practitioner. That's my dream now, and I'm pursuing that course, and I'm enjoying it. And the other one is about YouTube channel, my cooking channel. I want to serve the auto community, you know, that you can do this, because a lot of us worry about what we can eat, what we can't eat, and it's very limited to our diet, because before I was starving before I started the program because I was so scared to eat. Yeah. Now I create my own recipes, my dish, and I made video YouTube channel, which Manish is also benefiting.
That's true.
And he loves them.
Your food is amazing. And Souk, you don't copy other people's recipes. You're literally creating your own recipes, your own blends, your own technique. I mean, your hand-cut noodles, the blend of those flours and starches are very unique. I've never seen that combination, and I've never had them that good.
Yes.
Yes, I've made really good. Your hand-cut noodles. And I was also at an alumni's house, Amanda's house, and she made your green porridge. So good. So good.
Yes. It's so awesome.
I would love to have you, we're going to share the link to your channel underneath the comment section of this video so that people can subscribe to Souk's channel. But your cooking, your recipes are amazing, and she develops all these recipes herself. And on top of it, you're conquering autoimmune disease, and you're taking classes and coursework to become a functional nutritionist.
Yes. Yeah. That's gonna be a dream come
Bravo.
true soon. Thanks to you.
No, thanks to you guys. I mean, I'll be honest. One of the reasons I really wanted to interview you guys is that I don't think everyone has a supportive spouse like you do. Or maybe they do, but they don't know how to talk to them.
He's my gift from God. That's what I said to him the first time I met him. Isn't it? That's the word I said to you, right?
Yeah, she said that it's the best birthday gift ever. Because I met her on her birthday.
It gets better and better. It gets better and better. You're like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that this is a wonderful case where having a supportive spouse literally is the difference between life and death. Literally is the difference between having dreams or no dreams, and literally is having you in your family's life or not. And that's how important it is. But I want to ask an important conversation, which is not everyone has a spouse like Manish. If you were to give someone advice, who says, I have a hard time with my spouse understanding how bad the autoimmunity is, or I have a hard time with my spouse wanting to spend money on me, or finding this important. What is one piece of advice you each could give that couple to help them shift their thinking?
Maybe I'll give it a go. A few years back, when Souk was recently diagnosed, she was in a lot of issues, and I was trying to understand how she's feeling. And she said, sometimes you have serious flu, and then you are down for like 7-8 days, and then it goes away. But for somebody in autoimmune disease or autoimmune condition, imagine that's lasting with you forever. And that sort of gave me a sense, as to how your partner is feeling, how Souk is feeling. That gave me a sense of that. One thing I would say, and that's because of my bit of my background from India, and that health is very important. Any investment in your health, that's one advice I'll give to everybody, that any investment in your health will pay you back multiple times. You spend $10,000 in stock market. If you're lucky, you might get 12,000 or 14,000 after 1 year. But if you spend $10,000 in your health, it will give you much more than that, probably multiple times of millions of dollars, because ultimately health is very important. It's extremely important to be able to lead a good quality of life, enjoy whatever God has given us in this world, to enjoy that and help others as well. That's very important. That's one thing I would say to everybody, that invest in your health, and probably then if you have money left over, invest in the stock market. Definitely. I mean, do a lot of good things, buy a new car, but health is obviously is the most important.
I just finished an interview with Chris Wenzel the other night, and she said that her investment in the program has paid her back $500,000 in at least, she said.
That's it.
But that's a dollar amount. But really what we're talking about is you get to keep your wife, and your wife is back. Your girlfriend's back.
Yes.
That's right. She's back.
She's back. What's your advice for a couple that's, in a bad place and unable to make this kind of commitment to health?
Well, I would say that, like I said, that you're worth it. You value more than anything in this world, because without you, everything means nothing. If that makes sense. Because how much money you have, how handsome husband you have, how kind he is, if you are not there, it's not yours. So you gotta love yourself first and put yourself as, priority. Because when you can look after yourself, you can look after everybody else. That's really important. I
think it was really a very self-empowered move for you when you went to talk to Manish about it. You said, am I worth having around? Do you want me around or not?
And I will always love to have around with me forever.
Because she cooks very well.
She does cook very well. I'm coming to Australia to eat.
Yes.
You are most welcome, Dr. Maggie. You are welcome to stay with us, enjoy, and we'll see around this beautiful country. We both came here 16 years back now, and it's an amazing place. It's an amazing place to be.
I have never been to Australia, and I promise you, I will be coming, and I will be visiting it, and I will be staying.
Yes.
Wonderful. We look forward to it.
Come over.
Well, thank you. Thank you, both of you. And for those of you who want to learn more about the program, you can go visit drmaggie.com. Please join our Facebook group to learn more and see tons of other inspirational videos from people like this. And our Facebook group is Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. And we will also put a link in the comments and in the description up on top. If you feel like anyone that you know can benefit from seeing this video, go ahead and put their names in the comments section. And sharing is caring, and raising an awareness around autoimmunity is key, and letting people know that it can absolutely turn around for someone with even 4 diagnoses over 7 years. And, you know, this is doable. And so sharing is caring. Go ahead and put their name in the comment section. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night. And if you can give Souk and Banish huge hearts, thumbs up, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Dr. Maggie. Thanks.
Lupus, lung fibrosis,
Hashimoto's thyroiditis,
fibromyalgia, AS, which is a form of arthritis,
Epstein-Barr, extremely fatigued.
pretty much 0 joint pain.
Much more happy.
I don't have brain fog anymore.
How much weight I have lost.
I want to see remission.
Maggie and her approach is very different than the traditional doctor.
I'm a totally different person.
I got a better understanding of what those intolerances were.
You're not alone.
The community is, I'm learning from everyone else's issues.
It's not just helped me, it's helped my entire family.
We are transformed.
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 Join the movement and transform your autoimmune naturally today.